Prentis Hemphill, What It Takes to Heal, How Transforming Ourselves Can Change the World. Welcome to a transformative journey with Prentis Hemphill's compelling exploration, What It Takes to Heal, How Transforming Ourselves Can Change the World. This engrossing summary delves into the intertwined themes of vision, trauma, embodiment, engagement, kinship, and courage. Hemphill masterfully illustrates how personal healing transcends individual boundaries and becomes a catalyst for broader societal change. You'll discover the power of redefining our inherited visions, the importance of addressing personal and collective trauma, and the necessity of understanding our body's intuitive responses. From impactful visions of change to the nurturing of deep connections through chosen kinships, this book is a call to witness the profound synergy between healing and social justice. Dive into an inspiring narrative that not only advocates personal transformation but also champions the formation of resilient, inclusive communities as a route to a better world for all.
Visionary Journeys. Picture a young black child boldly dressed as Harriet Tubman, surrounded by classmates costumed as George Washington's and Abraham Lincoln's. This child, standing before their fellow students, confidently declares, "I am Harriet Tubman, I freed people under your noses." In that charged silence, they find empowerment, replacing shame with a strength that would define their journey. This poignant moment teaches a powerful lesson: true healing and transformation originate in the realm of vision and imagination, seeing beyond current realities to what could be possible. Visioning, much like Harriet Tubman's guiding dreams, is about transcending inherited perceptions that shape our lives. Often, we are born into others' expectations, which can limit our own imagination. These constraints mold our identities before we fully understand them. However, the ability to envision new possibilities offers freedom, a way to challenge these inherited narratives and uncover new potential. Visioning is deeply tied to yearning, an inner longing that seeks expression. When asked by a somatic therapist about personal longings, introspection revealed a profound desire to understand love and be loved. Articulating this longing transformed it into something attainable, illustrating how naming our deepest desires can shape our realities. The crucial bridge here is commitment, a steadfast determination to pursue these envisioned futures. Harriet Tubman's relentless dedication to her dream of freedom, regardless of peril, embodies the power of commitment. Our capacity to dream, articulate our yearnings, and commit to them plays a pivotal role in achieving extraordinary visions. Amid a world often clouded by limiting ideologies, it becomes vital to re-engage with our imagination, dreaming anew to forge a future that benefits and serves all. Healing Power of Presence. Trauma. Hemphill shares the story of a mother who faced the devastating loss of her son to police violence. This tragedy turned her into an activist, tirelessly leading marches and sharing her story. Yet, her activism became a mask, hiding the deep pain she had not acknowledged. Over time, this unprocessed grief began to transform her demeanor, making her appear difficult and unapproachable to fellow activists. Slowly, she opened up, and Hemphill provided a space for her to truly feel her loss and reminded her there was life beyond grief. Trauma, a physiological experience, silently influences our behaviors and relationships long after the initial event. It can arise from neglect, abuse, or large-scale catastrophes, keeping our nervous systems on edge and subtly dictating how we engage with the world. But trauma is not just an individual burden, it reverberates through social justice movements. Many activists are driven by personal pain, which, while initially motivating, can hinder long-term progress if not addressed. Hemphill recounts an incident with a promising leader who, when given constructive criticism, erupted in anger. This reaction, tied to unresolved childhood trauma, undid months of relationship building and progress with a single outburst. Such incidents underscore the necessity of healing as both a personal journey and a collective duty. To foster sustainable change, it's crucial to weave healing practices into social structures and movements. Organizations must prioritize emotional well-being along with strategic objectives, while communities should create spaces for collective mourning and restoration. Safe environments for expressing grief and anger can facilitate this healing. Even everyday moments, such as meeting a child's gaze with openness, can help break the trauma cycle. Hemphill's journey illustrates that healing is not just about mending individual wounds but envisioning a society built on resilience and mutual support. By embracing personal healing and aiding others, we can cultivate stronger communities and amplify the impact of our movements for change. Hemphill himself had a pivotal moment of rediscovering the power of tears at age 27, underscoring the importance of presence and vulnerability in the healing process. Embracing emotional awareness. As a child, you might have been taught to keep your tears at bay, but carrying unacknowledged pain can be burdensome. One enlightening therapy session shone a light on this truth for Hemphill, who realized that suppressing emotions was a mechanism to avoid hurt, albeit at a great personal cost. Fueled by a desire to change, Hemphill crafted a healing ritual inspired by a conversation about melancholic music. Creating a playlist of sorrowful songs, they immersed themselves in the privacy of a solitary hot tub session, allowing the music, and their emotions, to wash over them. This was not just an exercise in crying but a transformative release, shedding emotional weight and experiencing a newfound lightness. Regularly carving out time for emotional catharsis became an essential part of their routine. This practice highlights the critical journey of healing through embodiment. It's insufficient to merely grasp our pain mentally, we must physically experience it to truly let it go. Embodiment embodies both the ingrained behaviors accrued over time and the burgeoning awareness of our physical and emotional self. Take, for instance, the habitual act of brushing your teeth, requiring no conscious thought. Yet, more complex behaviors, like people-pleasing, often become just as automatic. If you've learned that satisfying others is a way to evade conflict or seek approval, it might become second nature to prioritize others' needs over your own, often without realizing it. By cultivating an awareness of these ingrained behaviors, noticeable through physical cues like shoulder tension or chest tightness, it opens the door to change. This heightened awareness empowers you to make deliberate choices, steering away from autopilot reactions. With practice, your actions can start aligning with your genuine values and needs, nurturing healthier, more genuine connections with yourself and those around you. Cultivating holistic healing. During their first spring in rural North Carolina, Hemphill's journey into gardening blossomed into a metaphor for social change. As they nurtured seeds into full-grown plants, they learned that translating vision into tangible reality requires persistent effort. This principle parallels the need for both individual and systemic transformation in our society. Healing personal traumas is integral, yet it must be paired with confronting the cultural roots that foster these traumas. Hemphill's work with the Chicago Torture Justice Center, CTJC, illustrates this dual necessity. Born out of a history of police violence in Chicago, CTJC addresses the aftermath of abuse by offering mental health support to survivors and striving to dismantle the oppressive systems responsible for their traumas. This approach underscores that authentic healing extends beyond the personal, demanding systemic reform to eradicate the sources of suffering. Hemphill witnessed the profound effects of this method when a mother, grappling with her son's death at the hands of police, found healing through the center's community. Activities like the Freedom Songbook, where survivors and their families created music together, helped her rediscover connectivity and purpose. The mother's journey from grief to empowerment highlights how a nurturing community, along with systemic change, can foster profound personal recovery. True healing, Hemphill asserts, arises from addressing both individual needs and societal injustices. To sustain personal well-being, it's crucial to transform the societal conditions that inflict harm. This involves challenging abusive norms and policies, crafting spaces where safety, belonging, and dignity flourish. Ultimately, advocating for a world that elevates every individual's worth is essential for genuine collective healing. Broadening belonging. Imagine growing up witnessing a version of your parents not quite settled into their roles, neither as energetic as they were with older siblings, nor as laissez-faire as with the youngest. This in-betweenness can spark a lifelong pursuit of belonging, a quest that Hemphill vividly navigates in their life. As they matured, the bond within their family grew more fragile, especially against the backdrop of a church environment hostile to their identity as a gay person. The trauma of being sent to a conversion therapist cemented feelings of shame and isolation, embedding an illusion that self-authenticity would sever ties to belonging. In today's divisive world, genuine belonging is not just a want, it's a necessity. Yet, societal splits remain, with communities limiting who is embraced and who's left out. Hemphill argues for the urgent need to redefine our sense of community, to extend belonging to those on the margins, reinforcing the importance of inclusive kinship. Chosen families or kinship networks, like the one Hemphill shares with their partner Kashar, their child Amaya, and friend Denise over Sunday dinners, can transform isolation into connection. These gatherings are not just meals but are an anchor, a refuge in turbulent times, forging strength through shared experiences and vulnerabilities. True allyship extends beyond surface-level support, it's a profound empathy that allows others' experiences to resonate deeply within us. It's about creating safe spaces where listening is genuine, presence is assured, and connections are transformative. By embracing interconnectedness, rather than just performing solidarity, we foster justice and unity. Expanding who we consider family can pave the way for inclusive, enduring communities where everyone finds support and belonging. Power of courage and love. Picture yourself on a precarious ledge, high above a canyon, where fear grips your every move. In a moment like this, you realize that courage isn't about erasing fear but expanding your heart to hold it as you chase what truly matters. This notion of courage isn't about adrenaline-fueled heroics, it's about everyday acts of bravery that propel us toward authenticity and healing in a fear-ridden society. Modern American culture often finds itself shackled by fear, fueling polarization and drawing barriers within communities. Such fear creates an echo chamber of isolation and defensiveness, reinforcing divisions and stifling meaningful interactions. Yet, by facing fear with courage, by taking bold steps like starting therapy or engaging in heartfelt conversations, we transition from merely reacting to fear to pursuing purposeful actions that align with our deepest values. Central to this transformation is love, not just as an emotion but as a conscious practice. Love compels us to stand by ourselves and others, embracing vulnerability even when the path is daunting. It necessitates recognizing and affirming the humanity in each person, fostering environments where everyone can flourish. This act of love is robust and transformative, dismantling the barriers fear erects and sowing the seeds for deeper connections and growth. Embracing a courageous and loving mindset fuels both personal healing and societal progress. By choosing courage over fear and nurturing a love that transcends personal boundaries, we pave the way for a more equitable and empathetic world. Imagine a society where every individual feels secure, valued, and interconnected. Such a vision is within reach if we commit to courage and love as integral forces for collective transformation.
As we close this enlightening summary of what it takes to heal, Hemphill leaves us with compelling insights into the synergies between personal well-being and societal progress. The book underscores that healing is a multi-pronged endeavor, requiring courage to confront our fears and a commitment to nurturing love and empathy. Hemphill's narrative emphasizes the importance of courage in embracing our vulnerabilities and envisioning a future unfettered by limitations or fear. The cultivation of authentic relationships and kinship supports this vision, creating networks of belonging and solidarity. Ultimately, this work affirms that personal transformation can inspire collective change, fostering environments where every individual can thrive. By prioritizing healing and connection, Hemphill argues, we can challenge injustice and create a compassionate, inclusive world. Let this journey through the themes empower your own path toward healing and transformation.